Okay, before I officially start this episode, I need to take a second to rant to you guys. In the past, Sasha and I have made fun of some states. For example, a couple episodes we talked about Arizona. We didn't really say nice things about them, aka their academics and athletics are not up to par this year or ever. But today I need to talk to you guys about another state. Not just a state, a specific university in the state of Utah, and that would be the University of Utah. You see, I'm not angry. I'm not angry with you, Utah. Frankly, I'm just disappointed. I'm just disappointed that in the time we needed you most, that the university, as John Fox would like to say it, the University of South Central needed you the most, y'all could not scrape together one win against the Colorado Buffaloes. You guys just couldn't do it, could you? I mean, I don't understand why everyone's having such a hard time with the Buffs this year. We handled them quite finely, and we gave them like 8 turnovers or whatever. I mean, I just don't get it, Utah. You guys couldn't have just won one last game. You guys couldn't have given us the Pac-12 something. You sons of bitches. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to this bittersweet episode of Los Angeles Bias. As usual, my name is Russell here in my apartment at the University of Southern California, and what a weekend it was. It was an emotional weekend. I apologize for that rant at the beginning of the video, but I needed to get a little something off my chest there. But yeah, it was this game this past weekend. It was just odd. Let's just call it odd, weird, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, so let's just start off where we usually do. So USC played Notre Dame here at the Coliseum, and USC ended up getting the W, ending the regular season on an 8-game winning streak, fantastic winning streak here at USC, with the final score of 45-27, and it was yeah, like I said, it was just an odd game all around. First of all, as a fan living in Southern California his entire life, I don't like the rain. I'm sorry. Yeah, people will give us crap for that, but it's kind of well deserved. I don't like the rain, and oh my god, it poured. It was pouring right before halftime. I mean, it's been a while since I've been in a rainstorm where like the pellets like physically hurt as they hit me in the head and in the back. Yeah, I had my jacket and all that stuff like that. But I mean, people were just unprepared for this kind of rain. So unprepared. I mean, I didn't bring a poncho. I didn't bring some impermeable jacket. My jacket was dry fit, so it was like it helped me out a little bit, but Jesus Christ. That was some hard rain. I mean, the Coliseum wasn't ready for that much rain. They ran out of ponchos. They ran out of ponchos with like 10 minutes left in the half. It was crazy. But yeah, so it was quite the game against Notre Dame. You know, obviously it was rivalry weekend, so no matter how well or poorly either USC or Notre Dame are playing, it's always a big game. It's always a rivalry game. You know, people come out, people play as hard as they can, and Notre Dame definitely put up a big fight against USC this weekend. They scored second. USC started off the game with a nice little drive, which only ended up coming up with a field goal. Actually, I'm probably right around here. I'm going to go ahead and put USC's second drive, where we ended up scoring a touchdown after a couple plays. I believe this was Ronald Jones's massive like 60-yard run, or maybe it was like a 40-yard run or something like that. It was just a fantastic drive. It was important to put up 7 points on that drive. But yeah, so after USC's beginning field goal, Notre Dame went down the field in 2 plays after a 75-yard run, punched it in the end zone, and boom, right off the bat, 7-3. Very similar to the UCLA game last week. So I was a little bit nervous, but you know what they say, USC is Hollywood's team. So we like to make it exciting. We like to make it fun, entertaining for you guys. And what fun is a blowout from the beginning whistle? But yeah, it was just a crazy game, and I think forever in history, this game will be known as the Adoree Jackson game. Now, frankly, I was not able to get much footage of Adoree. I did get that one amazing third down play. I'll put it right here. I was able to get that, but I was not able to get any of his touchdowns because of the rain. I wasn't able to operate my camera correctly. It was a mess. I can't explain to you how unprepared I was for the rain and just how difficult it was to film in those conditions. But oh my God, Adoree Jackson, you are. I mean, just hearing all the Heisman talk with your name in it now after that game, he scored 3 touchdowns 21 points, count them, 21 points. He almost outscored Notre Dame in general, but 21 points off a punt return, an offensive reception, and then a kick return. A kick return that was topped off with just the amazing sprinkles of him hurdling the kicker in a Reggie Bush-esque moment as he's hurdled the kicker, staying in bounds, then running into the end zone, and boom, striking the Heisman twice, just like Desmond Howard did all those years ago. And I think it was well worth it. I think he deserves some serious Heisman consideration after this game. But yes, USC just put it on Notre Dame, where there was a pick six that making it 24-10 at the end of the first half. And I think at that point it just got away from Notre Dame. You know, Adoree and the defense, it was too much for Notre Dame to handle, even with their amazing quarterback. Notre Dame just did some odd things throughout the game. They had 3 trick plays, and I was dying when they tried to run the Statue of Liberty play. I called it out immediately, too. They didn't even run it well. And boom, Cam Smith was like, "Are you kidding me? You kidding me right now?" And he just took him out and tackled him immediately. I think loss of 4 yards or something like that. But yes, just quite a game for the USC Trojans. But all in all, it didn't mean too much. Yes, this is the first year in a long time where the Victory Bell and the Golden Shillelagh, which most people don't know what a shillelagh is, but I do believe it's a traditional Irish weapon. Well, it's like a club. So, but it's the first time that both of those rivalry trophies are here on campus, on the University of Southern California campus. So it's really cool to have that. It's really cool to experience that as a student. I'm probably going to check that out. Maybe I'll film it and take some pictures for you guys and post those later. But it's just very nice to have that. But besides that, this win over Notre Dame didn't mean too much because, frankly, our destiny in the Pac-12 South and Pac-12 and the college football playoff was not in our hands this week. And as you guys could tell by the rant I had at the beginning of the episode, Utah was not able to defeat Colorado, giving Colorado the Pac-12 South Championship, meaning that the Pac-12 Championship will be between number 5 Washington and number 9 Colorado. At least that is their ranking at the time of shooting and posting this video. And effectively, honestly, it's like the winner of that may be going to the college football playoff, more likely if it's Washington. But yeah, so this is the final episode of the regular season. There still will be episodes of LA Bias, so don't you guys worry. You guys get to see this amazing face for at least a couple more weeks. Sorry. But yeah, so what does this mean going forward? So obviously USC should get a pretty nice bowl game. I think the lowest bowl game that we're going to get is the Alamo Bowl, which all things considered is pretty decent compared to where we started with those 3 awful losses, that terrible loss to Alabama, that loss to Stanford, and of course that loss to Utah. Thanks, Utah. But with that, there is still a possibility that we go to the Rose Bowl, which is the best case scenario at this point. So what we would need to happen for that is Washington to defeat Colorado. Then that would hopefully place Washington into the top 4 by the College Football Playoff Committee. And with Washington in the top 4, that means they go to the playoff, which means they can't play in the Rose Bowl. So that would mean either Colorado or USC would go to the Rose Bowl. Now, I do believe at that point, it depends on who is ranked higher. With USC not playing this upcoming weekend and Colorado playing, if they get blown out, I think I think USC has the opportunity to jump Colorado in the standings, but that's what would need to happen. So we do have the tiebreaker over Utah, which is also helpful, but I do believe USC will need to be ranked higher in order to go to the Rose Bowl and play whoever they send from the Big Ten, that's a whole different mess that there's probably some other YouTube channel you can go and get an explanation on that because I only have so much time here. But yeah, so as is tradition, a tradition that I was not able to do over the last couple weeks because of being busy and freaking out about Washington, let's go ahead and boom, slap the victory poster. Actually, we're going to do it 2 more times for those last couple weeks. Boom, boom. Not the most enthusiastic slaps in the world, but that's okay. But yeah, guys, USC ended on an 8-game winning streak, and that's fantastic. With a bowl game win, we're going to have a 10-win season after being knocked out of the rankings, pronounced dead at the scene in Texas against Alabama. It's just fantastic to see where we are now. I love it. It's so great to see the enthusiasm by the students this year. Sure, a lot of kids left during this Notre Dame game because, frankly, I mean, the rain and the fact that we were throttling them. But I'm surprised at how many people stayed. How many people stayed in general. It's just great to see. It's been a lot of fun being able to have this channel throughout this amazing winning streak that USC has had. So I do have Sasha's commentary for this episode. Unfortunately, UCLA. We will not be getting any more significant UCLA commentary for the rest of the year. But go ahead, Sasha, take it away.
All right, how's it going, you guys? Kind of reviewing the last UCLA football game of the season because any chance at a bowl game went out the window. Saturday night when the Bruins lost to Cal in what was a blowout. I didn't think it would be, but it was a blowout in Berkeley. So the curse kind of lives on, or comes back in Berkeley. So, yeah, it wasn't a great game to watch. The offense really had nothing going for it the entire game until, we got one touchdown after the first half was scoreless. And Cal put up four field goals. So, if you were a neutral person watching this game, it wasn't fun at all. Even if you were a UCLA fan, you weren't having a lot of fun, and even if you were a Cal fan, probably weren't having a lot of fun because you were hoping for more touchdowns and field goals. But that's how it is. It was a glorified, crappy bowl game of two UC schools, so it is how it is. The season's pretty much over for UCLA. There's staff changes occurring as we speak, pretty much. Kennedy Polamalu was let go as the OC. You're hoping to see more changes. Adrian Clem, Eric Yarber. Just get rid of everybody on the offensive staff, barring one or two coaches. Start fresh. Change the scheme if you want to. If you're more, I don't know if he does want to. There was talk of maybe letting him go, but his buyout's too big, and it's been one terrible season. So he probably gets a pass for this season. We'll see. He might not. He could still be let go, but if we see any more coaching changes, he's probably going to be there for next year. So, yeah, it wasn't a great season this year at all. Even if we had Rosen, we probably would have only won maybe 2 more games, been in a lowly bowl game, But that's also disappointing for the type of season we were expecting to have. I wasn't expecting 10 or 11 wins in a New Year's bowl game, but I wasn't expecting this at all. 4 wins is just horrible, and we had less conference wins than Oregon State this year, and Oregon State is the only conference team we beat this year. No, we beat 2 conference teams. Never mind. But having less conference wins than Oregon State, who is by far the worst team in. All right, maybe not by far. Arizona and Oregon State are kind of vying for the worst spot in the Pac-12, but we're in there with them now, so that's it's disappointing to see, and you're hoping that Moore turns around next year for the team, hires a really good OC, and hopefully not, some old NFL guy that only runs the pro style, but maybe a young up-and-comer who can, run multiple types of formations the way we wanted to see this year from Polamalu, but the play calling wasn't there. The scheme wasn't really a right fit for the type of offensive line we have. Hopefully we just kind of play to our players' strengths, and that's not really the pro style, but we'll see what they do. Defense has been pretty good. I would have liked the offense to bail them out a little bit more, but it is what it is. Defense next year loses some key players. Tack McKinley's gone. Eddie Vanderdoes is gone. Fabian Moreau's gone. Jayon Brown is gone. These are all things that need to be plugged and filled and kind of, reset. But we're bringing in a good recruiting class for the defense. We've had a good recruiting class last year for the defense. So these are holes we probably can fill and probably will fill pretty well. So hopefully the defense next year doesn't take a step back and hopefully it takes a step forward. If we see any changes on the defense for the coaching staff, I don't think there will be any changes to the defense. I think they're pretty content with the way it is right now. And who's to say that's a good or bad thing if they're content with the defense now, but we'll see. The offense is definitely the bigger issue at this moment, so if they're focusing on that, I'm fine with it. I might like to see some changes on defense just because the rush defense is still pretty horrible, even though we've had some really great players on the defensive line. And yeah, looking forward to next season. We'll be back to talk about, I'll be back at least to talk about some more bowl games this season. Talk to Russell next week, maybe about the Pac-12 championship game. And after that, bowl season's in full swing, and even though we're not participating, I'll be around to talk about it. So, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next week.
All right, Sasha, thank you very much for that. One last time, good friend. But yeah, so this channel moving forward, obviously there's going to be significantly less content seeing that the regular seasons for USC and UCLA are completed. We will still be putting out episodes just in regards to the college football playoff. Obviously, we're going to put out an episode after USC's bowl game, depending on where that is. I mean, heck, if we end up playing in the Rose Bowl, I'll do what I can to get tickets, even though it's going to be extremely difficult. But yeah, so we're going to continue to give you guys some commentary on college football. This may turn into a bit of a vlog channel, just to keep you guys entertained, you know, just to keep the channel active. I know Sasha will be heading out of the country soon, hopefully be able to see some soccer games in his home country of Serbia, and maybe we'll post some stuff on that. Maybe we'll go see some basketball games, give you guys some information on those. But yeah, for the final time this season, I have the opportunity to don, well, after I remove my actual glasses. As it turns out, I'm almost blind, but I do have the opportunity to don the cheesy Trojan perfect day sunglasses. I can't see a thing, but I'm hoping I'll look good, but I know I look good for the final time this year, and don the free foam finger as usual. Unfortunately, UCLA and USC will not be going to a bowl game this year, so I won't be able to don the perfect weekend stuff anymore. But it's great to end the year on a perfect weekend. It's nice to have, what, I think we had 4, 5 perfect. I would have to look back, but I don't know if there's been this many perfect day scenarios in the past, 20 years or something, like maybe in history. So it's been just a pleasure to be a part of that. But thank you guys so much for keeping up with us every single week. Like I said, we will continue to put out videos, but thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. All right, bye-bye.
They try, but I'm also afraid we play this. We're never. I don't know if they never. Let me see, Vaughn.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of... What was that? My light just went out. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to this bittersweet episode of Los Angeles Bias. As usual, I'm your host for... What is going on right now? Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to this bittersweet episode of Los Angeles Bias. Dude, now my set's falling apart. What is going on? I got lights freaking out. I got stuff falling. What? It's just, this season's just meant to be over. It's just meant to be over at this point. Oh my God.